Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo!
Yeah. Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So with all the fights that took place this week, this was the main fight I wanted to watch. Andy Cruz versus Omar Salcido. This was another step up in competition for Andy Cruz. Omar Salcido, he just came off of a knockout win over Chris Colbert, and he did it in impressive fashion. He applied a lot of pressure. So with Andy Cruz only having 4 pro fights, I wanted to see how he would handle that type of pressure. And Andy Cruz, he put on his best performance, making it look extremely easy. He completely beat up Salcido. He hurt him on multiple occasions. Cruz could have easily got the stoppage. I mean, eventually he hurt him real bad in the last 30 seconds of the fight, but he had him hurt on multiple occasions. I don't know if Cruz knew how bad he had him hurt throughout the fight or he was just playing it safe. But Cruz, he was able to do whatever he wanted to in this fight. In fact, Shakur Stevenson, he was actually a special guest calling the fight. And if it wasn't for Shakur Stevenson being there calling the fight, Todd Grisham, he would have attempted to mislead the public into believing that Andy Cruz was a quote-unquote boring fighter. Because less than 30 seconds into the second round, he had already called Andy Cruz boring.
Round 2, a very pedestrian opening 3 minutes. So basically, Andy Cruz wants this to stay sort of boring. Salcido wants it to get exciting.
So Andy Cruz, he wants to keep the fight boring, and Omar Salcido, he wants to make the fight exciting. Let Todd Grisham tell it. Although the fighter that was doing the majority of the punching throughout the fight was Andy Cruz. Salcido, who is usually a volume puncher, he wasn't really letting his hands go at all in this fight because he was worried about the counters. And with Todd Grisham saying that Andy Cruz, he wants to keep the fight boring, that's really similar to what Chris Mannix said about Richardson Hitchens in his fight against Liam Paro. As he was calling the fight, he said, I guess Hitchens' plan was to come here and just stink up the joint. So the reason why I say it was a good thing that they had Shakur Stevenson actually calling the fight, he was doing more of the blow-by-blow than the blow-by-blow announcer, Todd Grisham. Every time a punch was landed, Shakur, he was into it. He was like, ooh. As a commentator, Shakur Stevenson, he was doing a better job of telling the public or telling the viewers what they were actually watching. And he was breaking down what was taking place as well. And as strange as it may sound to some people, Shakur was praising Andy Cruz the entire night. He made it very clear that he respected Andy Cruz's skill. After this big win that Cruz just got, it's starting to look like we're getting closer and closer to the reality of a possible fight between Keyshawn Davis and Andy Cruz in the pros. Even though Cruz will most likely become Shakur Stevenson's #1 contender before he becomes Keyshawn Davis's #1 contender. Shakur Stevenson, he still has the William Zepeda fight if William actually takes the title shot. And then after that fight, hopefully we get Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Tank Davis, which I assume could happen either towards the end of the year or the beginning of next year. And we could end up probably getting Keyshawn Davis versus Andy Cruz next year as well. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Decay Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodecay.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.